Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of this cooking program, which we've called Skin Food Meets Body Love. This is Coleen Janeway from Epithereal Skincare, and I'm Neil Cannon. I wrote the Vitality Secret, which is all about inflammation. Quick background, the reason we're doing this is because just before Christmas we met at this Christmas party, and as soon as we kind of discovered what the other person did, we immediately connected, and we were talking about inflammation. So my book's all about that, and Coleen treats celebrities and other people for their skincare to help them, what would you say, kind of anti-aging, make their skin glow?
Age gracefully, anti-aging. You know, we're always talking about people who are on the go or always behind a camera here in LA, and just everyone is striving for secrets and tips to make their everyday living, particularly with their skin, as easy as possible. So I think what we're going to talk about a little bit today is how easy it really is to take care of yourself internally to create that external glow.
Yeah. So the idea is a lot of people spend so much time on different kind of creams and potions and lotions and whatever the word is, and trying to treat your skin from the outside, but really we can kind of cleanse the skin from the inside out. If there's anything wrong with your skin, it's actually an indication that there's something going on underneath the surface, and typically that can be inflammation. If it's if acne or eczema, psoriasis or dermatitis, anything like that, that's all an indication of inflammation underneath the surface. Puffy eyes, yeah. All of this kind of stuff, it all goes back to what's going in your body. I used to suffer from eczema my entire life until recently. Still get it very occasionally, but that's ultimately an inflammatory condition which we can completely control through what we eat, what we put in our bodies, how we move our bodies, and by managing emotions as well. Right. So Coleen's got quite a few awesome recipes we're going to share with you.
We're going to start today with a paleo granola. I know it's something that Neil really loves to eat, and it's really quick and easy, super easy to make. You can do this on a Saturday or a Sunday evening, and then store it.
No other nights?
Well, if you're like me and you have nothing else going on. It's super easy to store and use it throughout the week. I recommend making it in smaller batches. That way it's fresher for you. And everything that we use today is either organic or locally sourced. So I think the most important thing about food in general, just that I've seen throughout my own diet, and I have tremendous amount of friends who are chefs and do work in a culinary field, and they will tell you the best type of food is the food you can pick, feel, and touch yourself. So things that are raw, that are natural from your local farmer's market, that's where you should be getting things from.
Real food, basically.
Right, exactly.
Packaged.
So we're going to start with this.
Can we just say one of the main things we're avoiding?
We are avoiding foods that are anti-inflammatory.
So we're avoiding wheat. We're avoiding wheat.
Yes, and we're avoiding
gluten.
Wheat.
You've probably heard of gluten unless you've been hiding under a rock.
Right.
Gluten, particularly in the States, is highly inflammatory. It's been forgive my language, but it's been bastardized. The wheat grain has been hybridized, and it's so bad for our health, and it interrupts the gut, and it causes inflammation of the gut, which causes problems with the skin. So we are avoiding that, and we are avoiding milk designed for baby cows to grow fast.
Exactly. So we're starting with some blanched almonds. I pre-measured everything because we don't want to be here all day, and we really want to make this interesting for you. This is cashews that we've chopped up this morning.
I've been chopping up these nuts.
We will post up the amounts later so you guys can know. Some fresh, unsalted sunflower seeds that are toasted.
Tilt that more to the camera.
Yep. In here I have some fresh toasted coconut, dried cranberries, and sesame seed. So you see there, so we put all of our dry ingredients now in, and we're going to mix in 1/4 cup of honey, maple syrup, and olive oil. So we'll do that now.
What can I do for you? My role here, by the way, because I'm not a chef, is basically to be her kitchen bitch. Can we say kitchen bitch? Or
yes, I
we
think
can do what
we can
want. It's our show.
Yeah, we can say what we want.
What would you
so
like me to do?
We're putting. You're going to mix this together as soon as I get this. The oven, by the way, is on right now, so this will be laid on a pre-oiled, coconut-oiled pan.
Coconut oil is amazing for cooking in. It has a very, very high, what's the word, threshold to which you can cook with it without it turning rancid. Really good. As well as avocado oil as well. Really good.
And we're going to use a little milder olive oil for this. That just helps the nuts stay nice and moist.
Too moist.
And a little sea salt. And a bit of, that's kosher sea salt there. And a bit of vanilla. About a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And now what we're going to do is just mix that all together, Neil.
How that can be of use. I was wondering when I was going to be used.
This goes in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until it gets to a toasty, crunchy. That's perfect.
The beauty about these recipes is anyone can really learn how to do them. I think a lot of people say, I don't know how to cook, I don't know how to learn how to cook. But I think really if you have hands,
That's great.
you can learn any of this stuff. Even I can.
So we're just going to flatten it out. On the pan, and there's your granola.
Gluten-free granola. Sugar-free granola. Natural sugars.
Natural sugars, exactly. Should go in the middle portion of your oven. And now we're going to do our paleo muffins. So you want to talk about why you love your paleo muffins?
I love paleo muffins because A, there's no gluten in them, B, there's no other kind of cornstarch, which is, if you're in the US, about 82% of corn is genetically modified, which has been proven to mess with hormones, which causes inflammation. So if you're going to have corn, go for organic. So this is no cornstarch, it's just amazing ingredients. It's almond flour. Is it coconut flour? Do you have coconut flour in there?
Almond, coconut flour, some 4 eggs. We're going to put some chopped apple and a smashed banana. And I like a little bit of a riper banana put in there. 1/3 cup of water and some cinnamon. So inside here I've already put the cinnamon and mixed it in for us today. So now what we're going to do is crack our eggs, put the eggs in, and you can switch this up week after week. This is really your base, and just think of this as your creative space. Sometimes I'll put other seasonal fresh fruit in this. I think it's really nice to mix it up a bit to keep things interesting. I know in my household, my guys prefer if I,
Want me to do that?
change it up a bit.
Like
Sure.
a good job.
Okay. And there we go there.
So what I love about this is you can actually enjoy super tasty food without having inflammatory ingredients in it. It's like all amazing ingredients. You could almost call it anti-inflammatory muffins. But
1/3 cup of water there.
How's the whisking going, Coleen?
That's great. You're almost ready to go.
Professional enough.
That's wonderful.
Can we call these anti-inflammatory muffins?
Yes, we can.
We can, because it's our program. We can do what we want.
One thing okay, you're good.
Yeah?
Yeah. One thing I like about this on the weekends when I make this recipe is if I'm feeling like I need a little TLC, I can add a bit of dark chocolate.
Don't
So
go chasing waterfalls.
if you're if you're totally into chocolate, this is one recipe you can add the chocolate to, and you'll be very happy you did. So,
or cacao nibs.
Cacao nibs are good as well.
Very high in cacao, no sugar.
Absolutely.
You can enjoy really sweet tasting without having sugar in it.
These are great for campers, by the way, because they are sturdy enough. You can pack them for 2 or 3 days and just roll them up in foil and put them over your campfire and toast them back up.
I think most of our viewers are campers.
Yeah. Well, my friends are.
Oh, really?
They're hikers, campers.
I want to do more camping. I want to do
More.
Yosemite.
Okay, I'm just down and dirty here. My kitchen assistant is not doing a very good job of helping me right now. So we'll blame this on him.
Damn it,
That's the casualty of cooking on live program. So there we are. Yeah.
Should you rescue this one?
Sure. You can just take it out.
Okay.
And we'll do this.
One way of rescuing it.
Yeah. And we'll fill it up this way.
I guess you're not going to want to lick the bowl.
No.
Raw egg.
No, you shouldn't.
That was always my job growing up.
Oh, that was
My mum
before we knew that could kill you. Or maybe she wanted to kill you. So, what I love about this recipe is it is super flexible. As you can see, it doesn't take a lot of time to put together.
How long would you say the prep took for this? 10 minutes?
I smashed a banana and chopped some apple, so 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe. What I'm doing now is putting a little bit of pumpkin seeds on top.
So what are pumpkin seeds good for?
They are good for, they're antioxidants, and they are good for your skin. They have a lot of zinc, so they're wonderful
good for your immune system.
Clearing your skin up, and great for your immune system.
And zinc's good for testosterone as well.
Yes. So we're going to pop those in. And I'll show you guys what those really look like when they come out of the oven. They're going to look really pretty like this. And like I said, you can add, this is without pumpkin seeds. So they're really quite tasty. You can toast them up. You can put them in your toaster on day 2. They're really lovely. I like almond butter spread on them.
Awesome.
Honey, you can dip them with honey, great with hot coffee.
So a sweet dish.
Yes.
Anti-inflammatory sweet dish.
Absolutely.
Love it.
We're going to move into lunch now and show you how easy it is to make a quick salad. We're going to start with a base of arugula, and we love dark leafy greens.
We do?
Yes.
We do.
They have, again, lots of protectors for our body.
Absolutely. Try and get as many greens every single day. Rich in so many different micronutrients. One of the main problems in our Western world, or modern day world, is we are wandering around with suppressed immune systems because most of us are very deficient in the micronutrients we get from plant-based foods, so your vitamins and minerals. We think our immune system's okay if we're not ill, but then something will just knock us over very, very quickly. We have no idea why. It's because we've got a suppressed immune system.
So we're going to add some to the arugula. I roasted fennel this morning, so we're going to put in the roasted fennel, one of my favorites. The pepperiness of the arugula with the blend of the roasted fennel, which is a little licorice, and how I roasted that was just plain olive oil, a little sea salt, and that's it. So we throw that in there.
Super simple, super simple.
And then...
Yet so effective and delicious.
Yes. And for color, taste, and again...
Sweetness.
And skin protecting qualities.
Yeah.
I love cranberries. They're amazing for antioxidants. We'll add that in. And then my personal favorite, a little olive oil.
Olive oil is amazing at room temperature, extra virgin. It's one of those super healthy, natural, plant-based fats, which we should be getting tons of every single day.
Right.
Really good for hormonal regulation, which has a lot to do with your skin as well. So we need to get tons of...
And your mood.
And your mood, yeah, and everything. The whole low-fat craze, by the way, when we were told to extract or cut down on fat, that's what triggered the obesity epidemic, the diabetes epidemic, all the fat was replaced with sugar. People started feasting on lots of sugar and also carbohydrates, which turn into sugar very quickly in your body, and everyone just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger because they're focused on low-calorie food instead of the stuff that actually keeps you lean and keeps your hormones regulated. And fat is good for your metabolism. It's good for hormones, testosterone, so many essential components to having healthy fats in your diet, or reasons for having healthy fats in your diet.
So I would consider this a base. I would eat it just like this, but I know for big beefy guys and for people who are just starting this type of, I would say eating healthy this way, you may think, oh my gosh, that is never going to fill me up. So what can I add to this? I would recommend maybe putting some grilled shrimp or a nice piece of chicken.
I would chuck a whole avocado in there because that's satiating and
absolutely
it makes you feel full. You don't need the carbs, you just load up with fat.
Speaking of avocado.
Ketogenic diet, by the way, is amazing. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, sure. So
I'll just quickly say the ketogenic diet, super effective at burning fat. High fat, low carb. Take out the carb. Carbs will trigger insulin, your fat storing hormone, triggers inflammation over time, insulin resistance, that's what leads to type 2 diabetes. You don't know with fat, you don't do that. So there's a spoon. Where's the?
By the way, can you smell that amazing?
Well, I should know where things
Sorry, excuse me. We're gonna just walk around here.
Can you pass me a spoon?
Yeah. There you go. Sorry, I'm getting in everyone's face here. One of the things that I love about it's avocado season again here in.
It's always avocado season.
Not necessarily, but now there's great avocados. So as my friend Jessica and I were talking about the other day, it's a real treat for us when we get these wonderfully beautiful fresh avocados to eat. We just can't get enough of them. So Neil's going to pop that in the salad. And while he's doing that, one of the things that I'm going to talk about is what do we drink while we're eating all this great food,
What do we drink? What does no one drink enough of?
Water.
Water. Or in England, water. And most of us are drinking contaminated water as well. I tend not to drink, or we tend not to drink tap water anymore because there's so many traces of drugs and antibiotics and hormones and chemicals. So use a really high quality water filtration system, and even better than water, I need to wash my hands, is green tea.
Yes.
What's so amazing about green tea?
Well, it's filled with polyphenols, antioxidants, and it is cancer fighting. I think there are so many studies that talk about how green tea specifically works to reverse aging. So
loaded with antioxidants, reduces free radical damage, slows the rate at which your body absorbs carbohydrates, so it keeps your blood sugar levels lower. It converts fat to energy basically, so it helps you actually burn fat. It increases your metabolism a little bit because of the caffeine in it. It's amazing. When I found out about the benefits of green tea about 4 or 5 years ago, I just completely stopped drinking English breakfast tea, which I used to have with milk, which is inflammatory. So I'd start the day with this, and I still do start the day with this. It goes straight through your system, cleanses every single organ in your body, and it's amazing. So really great way to start the day. And another great way to start the day
which is one of my personal favorites, and one of the things that we do at the spa is make spa water. So I do this pretty much every morning. I will go into my kitchen, I'll cut up some lemon, limes, or cucumbers, whatever I have available to me. Today I'm making it with lime and water, cucumbers, and
do you have a special way?
no special
Snatch
way.
the lime back from you then.
So I typically will cut a couple slices. I know, you don't want to put too many slices in with the rind because sometimes the rind will make the water bitter. So you want to just put a couple of those in there like that. Tear your basil. Basil has great restorative properties. It's very good for digestive system. The oils, if you tear it like that, will seep into the water. And then another personal favorite of mine is cucumbers. And why I love cucumbers, they are one of the body's natural cleansers. They really are great for flushing the body, for eliminating toxins, decreasing bloat, and they're great. My word that I always use, and I hashtag skin food. You just cannot get enough. You just can't get enough of cucumbers.
It's going to cleanse. I'm going to neck this and try this.
Right. Let me put the top on that so it doesn't.
So I tend to have like a pint or half a litre as soon as I wake up. Would you do something similar?
Yes.
Like when you wake up, you're dehydrated. You've been asleep for about 8 hours-ish, hopefully, and you are dehydrated. So the first thing to do is get hydrated again. And if you drink something like this, if you let it sit for a bit, it's gonna fuse. Oh, what's going on there? It's gonna fuse and taste better. But yeah, it's gonna cleanse every single organ. Well, not every single organ. Some of your vital organs, your kidneys, your liver, gallbladder, urinary tract, all this stuff, amazing for it. We should cleanse every single day. It's a way of detoxifying your body every single morning.
Your stomach will thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the other...
I can feel my stomach.
Can you split that one?
I can.
Now, let's say it's snack time and you're trying to figure out, okay, I've eaten really good for breakfast, I've had a great lunch, but what can I eat that is going to sustain me until dinner that is not salty or fattening? And well, fattening in a way that is
makes you fat.
Right. Exactly.
Is fat.
Not a body fuel. Fat. Yes, not a body fuel fat.
Right. We need fat.
So what we're making here, Neil calls a fat bomb.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what that means.
Do you want me to chop this little badger up? Or
yep. We're gonna just, if you can mix it up in here.
You want to mix it up?
Yeah, just mash it.
Okay.
We're making the avocado mash now.
Can I just wipe my hands?
Yes, here. Who's helping who?
I know. Put the sink on the wrong side.
Right. So earlier today, I made these Parmesan toasts. And this, again, is a super simple recipe. I'll post it up. It has black cumin, which is called nigella seeds, sesame seeds, Parmesan, and polenta. So this is a really simple, they're very sturdy. You can use them like chips. Today you'll see how we serve this up. It's pretty quick. Gonna put a couple of them.
I live on avocado. It's amazing.
So what we'll do now is we're going to spice up our avocado mash that Neil just made with a little sea salt, smoked paprika, and a little black cumin and sesame seeds. So you can stir this in.
Paprika, amazing for your metabolism. black seed.
This is the black cumin, which is also full of antioxidants. And sesame seeds, for all my skin people, sesame seeds are wonderful for the skin as well.
There's an essential oil with black cumin,
yes.
isn't there?
Yeah, we just learned about it.
We just learned about it.
Right, I know.
We attended a class, would you believe it?
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Camera's telling me to move the tea.
Right. So now we're just mashing in the ingredients there. And that's great. And so this is a snack that can be done. It's very fresh. So you're feeding your body. Do you want to be my taste tester?
I'd love to be. It's not anti-inflammatory, is it? I mean, it's not inflammatory.
No. So this, instead of putting your avocado mash on toasted bread, using the Parmesan, it really brings the flavor out, right?
That's insane.
Now, you know how else you can change the flavor? I'm going to show you guys really quick. The best part about cooking and food is that you can experiment with it. So if you're into cilantro, which I'm about to put a little cilantro there, and now I'm going to take, again, a little squeeze of lime and just show Neil how I've just really changed the composure, the sort of complexity now of what you just ate compared to what you're eating now. So there's
I like my job.
It's tons of fun ways to get an interesting flavor, right?
That's so weird. It's completely changed the taste.
Yep, changes it up. So you can add things like tomatoes or roasted mushrooms, just really whatever floats your boat. Listen to your body. Sometimes our body tells us it's craving things. When you do things like keto and others, those bad cravings stop, but your body is still telling you about other cravings that would be needed. So think about seasonal foods, think about sourcing seasonal foods, and also consider what your body is asking for and feed that.
I love that advice. I love that advice. We have these cravings and we wonder where they come from. Our body's telling us. Our body tells us what it wants.
Absolutely.
And just like the ketogenic diet, you touched on it, calling it keto. In case you're not familiar, the ketogenic diet is high fat, very, very low carb, and you take out all sugar, all carbohydrates from your diet. Imagine the cravings that are going to happen. For a few days you'll get these crazy cravings, but when you're into ketosis, nutritional ketosis, this isn't ketoacidosis, this is nutritional ketosis. It's one of the best methods to firstly reverse inflammation, but it's also been proven to help with cancer, like super effective diet, because you're taking out glucose, which is actually cancer's #1 fuel. And you're basically starving it. So really
I just want to show everyone, you can't smell this, but if you could, it smells divine. You smell the cinnamon and the honey sort of baking in there, and it's getting nice and toasty.
It really does smell good.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to eat this next one?
Yes. That's for you.
Starving.
Okay.
We're going to put the recipes to all of these things underneath the video after we've finished. So hopefully the directions have been fairly easy to follow. And
they're really simple. Yeah, they're quite simple. So now we're going to move into another favorite of my dishes. Many of you may not know, but I'm from the South, and there's a fish that I love called catfish. If you get it, the reason why I love it, not only is it a great hearty fish, it's also low in mercury. So just please make sure you're sourcing U.S. only catfish. That way you can be assured of the processing and know that it's mercury, free.
That's a really good point. So much fish we eat these days is very contaminated with mercury. We don't know it. Even some wild caught fish. Always go wild over farmed, because farmed fish can actually be really bad for you. There's a really interesting point actually. Wild caught salmon can be one of the most anti-inflammatory foods that we can eat, but farmed salmon is one of the most inflammatory foods that we can eat. Really interesting point now.
Yeah.
I read that in a book called Inflammation Nation. Almost as good as the Vitality Secret, almost.
So I'm just gathering seasonings for our fish here.
While you're there, can we remember one of the methods to detox mercury from your body from Saturday from this essential oils class we did?
I love how he just puts me on the spot. Yes.
I'm going to find out what it is, because there's some essential oils that you can have which just flush your body. Thyme. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you have a memory.
So I use thyme a lot in things the way that I cook. So what I'm doing here is just putting a little Cajun seasoning right there into the almond meal. This is almond meal, no flour here.
What makes it meal?
The process in which it's ground.
Oh, so just ground?
Yes.
Okay. And
it's just finer ground.
I'm just doing it at home.
Right.
Although you could do this at home, can't you? You can just put it in a high food processor.
Oh, yeah, a Vitamix. You can make that at home too. Again, I'm utilizing a lot of smoked paprika today, but just because it's great anti-inflammatory.
Yeah,
and it's
really super good.
Good fat burner.
Have we mentioned turmeric yet, or turmeric as you say in the US?
We have not mentioned.
King of spices.
Yes.
Is turmeric in the US. Turmeric if you're in the UK. Same thing. King of spices. The most anti-inflammatory spice that you can come by.
Right. Doing a little fresh black pepper here. And again, my sea salt. So if I were doing this for my guys at home, I would take my fish and coat it with mustard. If you're not a mustard person, you can use the olive oil again for basting the fish prior to putting it in the dredge.
How would it be with, say, avocado oil?
Avocado oil will work great.
Yeah. Coconut probably wouldn't work.
Coconut would not work.
Too much
flavor for it, but you can use an avocado oil would be really great too. I also do that too. You know, I do try to mix up the oils that I'm utilizing in cooking. I like coconut as well as, but you know, depending when you're making savory things, you may want it to be a little more, you know, less pungent of a flavor.
Got it.
So using a milder oil makes more sense. Yes.
Butter.
I love butter.
Even the paleo.
Butter.
Meaning high fat, low carb, zero sugar allows butter. No nitrogen, so no dairy.
You can hold this.
Butter. You can have butter.
No, hold this.
Sorry.
Right. So, as you can see, really simple. We've just got a little dredge on there, very lightly breaded. This is very helpful to keep the fish moist and flaky as it cooks. So we're going to put this in the oven at 350 on the bottom there.
Pretty warm in there.
Yes. And that is going to cook while we talk about wilting spinach. So what do you love about spinach? Tell me.
Oh, I live on it every single day. It's rich in iron. It's rich in so many micronutrients which I can't think of right now. But I have it with most of my meals. It's one of the richest greens. What do you love about spinach?
I like spinach because it is a great vegetable that you can get so frequently. So it's not necessarily a seasonal spinach. You can get it all the time. So it's packed with iron, lots of other vitamins. So I'm just taking a saucepan. You can do it in a skillet, but for purposes. A skillet looks like this.
That's a skillet. Who knew?
Yeah, you can do it. Actually, I'll do it in the skillet to show you. So we are going to use ghee in this case today.
Clarified butter.
So clarified butter. We're going to add a little clarified butter to our pan and start to heat that up. If I can get this open, sorry.
Yeah, the chocolate,
And
yeah.
and we're going to put a little chopped garlic into that, as well as shallots.
In England, we call those shallots.
Shallots, okay,
Just
I
in
can say
case
that.
There's any English people watching.
Right. So we're going to put
So,
into the pan shallots, garlic, and some ghee. Get that moving.
Any recommendations about how much? Is that a good?
About 3 tablespoons works.
A little bit more?
Yep, a little bit more. And that's going to get perfect. So that'll start to smell really nice in a moment. Spinach also is one of those vegetables that you can
Put
add.
in your juice.
Well, you can put it in your juice, but steam it.
Wilt it.
If you like not raw eggs, if you like boiled eggs, you can split boiled eggs, and we used to do this in New Orleans all the time. My mom would serve the wilted spinach with boiled eggs over
Nice.
it.
Nice.
So it's nice. It gives it, like a full meal sort of effect.
Good flavor.
If you're not serving it with a protein like fish or chicken or what have you. And you can mix your seasonings differently, so you don't always have to use garlic or shallots. You can use regular onions. You can use other spices that you might like, whatever your body is craving at the time. So using fresh, organic, washed spinach is a good idea. I like that. Rinse. It's very interesting because I think that people think it's very simple to clean food, but food here in the U.S., it travels from so many places and it's packaged so many different ways. So I think, talking about how you pay attention to cleaning your food also helps aid in how healthy the food is that you're eating.
The big thing as well in the US is, by the time some of this ingredients has gone from farm to the supermarket or grocery store, a lot of the nutrients kind of start to be suppressed, and by the time you use them, a lot of the nutrients can be almost gone. But this is why raw is always better, and if you can source them locally, even better than that.
Yep.
To get the nutrient capacity, to make sure they have a high nutrient capacity. Very important. One really good way of actually washing your vegetables with fruits, if you by any chance want to invest in a Kangen machine, this alkaline water gets rid of all the oils from all the pesticides, the herbicides, fungicides and insecticides, anything that enters the sides that is laced in this to make sure they're not attacked by bugs and weeds, i.e. pesticides and herbicides. They need to be washed off. Even, we should really be washing organic as well, but if it's not organic, and you can't get organic, it's really essential to wash. And these Kangen machines with the high alkaline water, it gets all the residue, or most of it, off the fruits and vegetables, which is really cool. I have one of those machines, and it's a good investment for life.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm not going to pick this up and show the camera, but if you can see those,
Here you
looks
go.
just like. So these are. What do you call them? Muffins.
Paleo.
muffins.
Well, these are paleo muffins. They're 100% paleo, gluten-free. Eat 2 or 3 in a sitting if you like.
Can I eat all of them?
Yes. Particularly lovely when they are hot.
Okay.
So that
Should we
is
serve them out? Or should we
sure.
just
You can.
aside?
Yeah.
Let's put them
Try
aside.
that out. See what you think.
Let's put them aside while it cools down.
Yes. How about on the tray there? Where
It's as if it was there for a purpose.
Neil's idea was to walk you guys through an entire day of what he was eating, and so
Yeah.
tell me about what you were eating and why you thought that was healthy.
So I used to wake up and have a bowl of cereal. I don't think I have to tell you I woke up. I had a bowl of cereal, which would be something like a granola, like an Alpen or something if you're in the UK, you know what that is, but loaded with wheat and other grains and hidden sugars and with milk. So 2 ingredients to start the day, high in sugar, cause my insulin to spike very quickly, and the inflammatory content of the food not so good either. And for lunch, I would typically have a sandwich on healthy whole grain bread from the supermarket. So it wouldn't be sourced from ancient grains, it would be supermarket bread. I'd have some kind of protein, I'd have chicken, ham or tuna or something, with a little bit of lettuce in there, with a cucumber, thinking I'm being healthy. And then I'd have it on margarine, because I thought margarine was healthy. It's absolutely not, you should steer clear of it. Take a massive wide berth. And then in the evening, I would have something like pasta, or the majority of my plate would be a carbohydrate, whether it was a pasta or a potato or rice, and then there'd be a protein and a cooked vegetable, thinking of being healthy by having my vegetable. But by the time you've cooked most vegetables, most of the nutrient capacity has been zapped from it. The live enzymes have been zapped from it. So if you think about that day in the life of me, how I used to live before a few years ago, it's pretty much an inflammatory way to live. I was spiking my insulin every single meal, and insulin leads to an inflammation as well as the actual content of the food as well. So this, all we're cooking now is, it's not too dissimilar, but everything is anti-inflammatory.
Most everything we're cooking here is very low glycemic index.
Yes, so your blood sugars are just going to be very, very low the whole time, which is the main aim of being healthy.
The other part of dinner, besides our catfish and our wilted spinach, which I'll show you, it's finished now, that's how quick it takes to make that, is a dish called, an ancient grain called farro. I love farro. It's nutty, it's hearty, it's very nice for the winter time. You can also serve it cold in a salad, but today, for the purposes of our dinner plate, we're going to use it with a little bone broth and
amazing stuff. Anti-inflammatory, high in collagen, a protein from the bone.
And the one I'll be using today is a turkey bone broth with a little sage, like herby sage flavoring, not flavoring, real herbs, and also garden fresh heirloom tomatoes. Okay. So that's what we're going to saute or toss into the farro.
Amazing. In case you're English and you heard that word, she was saying herbs. In America, I like to take off the H. So translation for you.
It's good that I have you to translate
You're welcome.
my poor English.
I'm just translating for my English following.
Okay.
I had no idea what you just said.
They're putting comments on your Facebook page saying,
what's that word she said? I have no idea what she just said.
Yeah.
Why is she sounding like she's French?
Yes.
Although somebody called me out the other day. We do say hour, we don't say hour.
Yeah, true. That is true. So I'm just tossing in my fresh tomatoes and bone broth to make this really rich and hearty. I'll bring it over in a second to show you.
Do you ever make your own bone broth?
I do, but to be honest, I have a friend who is a chef. Her name is Leela, and she makes the best bone broth. So if I were getting bone broth, I would get it from her. I don't make it as good as her. I've tried and I fail.
Brilliant.
But bone broth is very easy to make. It may just be in my head that hers is better, but isn't something always better when someone who makes it for you?
Always, always.
Yeah.
So if you have the option to have homemade bone broth, do that.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's pretty easy to cook, apparently.
Yeah.
So you just get a load of bones. My new, my friend who's I'm now living with, my new roommate, she actually showed me how easy it is to make bone broth.
So there's our wilted spinach. Can you smell that? It smells amazing too. Yeah.
Smell the garlic.
That.
Ghee. Amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, and you don't want to overcook wilted spinach. It's saving all those nutrients. You don't want to just boil them off. So you just do it enough that it is, toasting up those herbs, those onions and shallots.
Amazing.
And garlic. So this is heating up nicely. Give that a few minutes.
So how long did we put the fish in there for?
The fish is almost done, like another 5 minutes.
So
and I think we're
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty,
quick to cook the fish. So quick.
yeah, really nice. Fish is an easy meal. If you're tired and you have, you get home, you're wondering what can I eat, what is something that can be done really quick. I think our next episode will be doing something with salmon, wild caught salmon, but
Which I can't eat. I'm highly allergic.
Oh, shame! I'll eat it all for you.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and catfish is, consistency. If you've not had it, think of something like a trout, or it's a mix between a trout and a cod, really. And it's flaky white. Tilapia, I guess, would be the closest. I don't know if they have that in the UK, but it's but it's similar to that. So I'm just going to get a plate now if you want to try the tea. Oh, and talk a little bit about how when you want to ice your tea, there are fruits high in antioxidants that you can add to infuse into your tea.
So you can infuse these into the tea to make it taste even better. So some people don't even like drinking water. This is a way of having a super, super healthy drink, which is going to cleanse you, but the entire body, except it's boiling hot. Chuck some ice cubes in there.
That's right. Yeah. Here.
And they'll quickly disappear.
My kitchen help is failing.
I don't know why I just filled it up.
Let me pour some of that out.
Lovely ice. Schoolboy-era.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
Now, and
it's quite an American thing, isn't it? Iced tea. We don't really do that in England.
Well, yeah, you can put it in the fridge too. I mean, to cool.
Yeah.
Once it cools down, the point is to infuse it with the tea, and then also put your whatever berry, blackberries,
so
raspberries.
So you want to infuse it whilst it's hot to get more.
You can, but some fruit will the flavor of the fruit will change. So you don't, you definitely want to be careful with what you're heating up and what temperatures you're heating it up. Just like tea has a certain temperature it should be steeped at. You want to do your research and understand which fruits are better muddled at a natural temperature, and then just added to your waters, your infused waters. So we're just about ready to serve our fish. Yep. Let me just grab a plate from the top here open. Very good. I think that's ready. We're just a little...
almost ready.
Yep.
So that's like a body cleanse. Body love, organ love, liver love, kidney love, gallbladder love, everything love. Do you mind if we taste it?
No, go ahead.
Well, I'll taste it.
So now I'm just going to plate up the...
That's amazing. Amazing. No sugar, purely detoxifying the body. And the fish is now ready.
Yes. Can you smell it?
I can. Smells amazing. If you're still with us, thank you. And if you're new, we've just been guiding you through.
Take a look. Don't touch.
That looks amazing. And it smells good. If you're new to the Fblive, should have said this about 15 minutes ago, we've been talking about anti-inflammatory recipes which are really easy and fast to make, and it doesn't require a rocket scientist's brain to make it happen. So Coleen's been amazing at this. I'm not exactly adventurous in the kitchen, and she's been sharing some amazing recipes which we're going to share with you underneath the video when this is done, and some directions so you can do the same thing. Did we call this dinner?
Yes, this is dinner. Yes. This would be your dinner portion of the evening.
So we've done 3 meals. We've done those muffins for breakfast, paleo muffins.
Granola.
And then we did granola.
What do you like to what do you like to eat with your granola? Or do you an almond milk
I
guy?
have almond milk, typically an unsweetened almond milk from the grocery store. Better still, if you're going to make almond milk, make it with raw almonds, organic almonds, and you can actually just mix it with water in a high pressure. Oh wow, that presentation is amazing. This is an anti-inflammatory dinner.
Would you like a fork? We'll let you be the taste tester.
Thank you.
I'll grab a fork here. We had to rearrange our kitchen this morning and for filming, so little.
Can I dive into this first?
Sure. Now, you can always salt or season your food once it comes out. In my household, growing up, you know, our parents always seasoned the way that I was taught to season while cooking, and that the food should have its natural flavor. But feel free, based on personal preference, if you'd like to at this point add any additional sauces, seasonings. This is when you would put it. Salt and pepper. So,
dive in. What would you call this combination?
Well, it's.
Give it a name.
Is that a trick question? Huh.
That's good. That's really good.
It's a fusion of a little bit of Cajun seasonings, a little bit of California Nouveau, potentially.
So did you say catfish was a mix between salmon and tilapia?
No, I said tilapia and trout.
Tilapia and trout.
Yeah, like a trout.
Okay, this might happen on live television. I'm highly allergic to trout and salmon.
Oh, great! So he may stroke out in a minute.
Antihistamines.
Good thing.
I don't think I'm
do.
allergic to catfish.
Okay.
You have some antihistamines on you?
I do. I do have some. They're in. Neil, but when we're planning the menu, it's possible that you should give me all your allergies ahead of schedule. Just thinking out loud here. So
I start turning into a fish, and then I'm allergic to it.
Right. Okay.
That is amazing. Amazing.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So we're going to wrap up soon here, but thank you so much for joining. I hope that you learned a few easy tips today. It's quick, and many of these we've just done them in an hour's time. We've done a full day of food. So these things can be adjusted to your personal preferences by changing out seasonings. There's just so many ways to create good, healthy meals. We'll post up those particular recipes today, and if you have any questions, please send them our way. We'd love to be able to answer them for you.
Absolutely. I think the big thing about this is it's all anti-inflammatory, so it's super good for your health and not hard to cook. It does require a little bit of creativity, more than your average, but it doesn't require too much.
I'll put a few cookbook suggestions, and websites that I like to go to when I'm feeling like I need creativity.
Yeah. When are the fat bombs coming?
That was the avocado.
That is a fat bomb.
Yes.
Next time we're going to be doing some chocolate fat bombs.
Yes,
so
we will.
We're going to be integrating some cacao powder and coconut flour, and you make this super delicious kind of concoction, and it has no sugar in it at all, and it's super sweet, and it's so tasty. I have a really sweet tooth, so I love that stuff. We're going to be doing that in our next episode.
We will do an episode with desserts.
Yes,
because it's Valentine's Day coming. And we're going to be talking about sexy foods for sex.
Foods get your mojo back.
Exactly. Get
that
your mojo
going. On.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Look out for the next episode. It's going to be a good one. Thank you for joining us for our
care.
debut. Like and share this video if you liked it, or even if you didn't. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care.